I think one thing that I really struggle with to this day, and I spend a lot of time on this, is like when I think about the cross and getting back to my identity, it's like, because Henry, when you're talking, you're reminding me like, oh, when Jesus, or like when God looks at me, like he sees Jesus, like that, he sees like perfect holiness. And that concept is like, you grow up in church, people say it, but like as an athlete or an entrepreneur or someone who's always striving, working, and like trying to be better and trying to earn, work, prove, like basically to be a faith-driven entrepreneur, like your first step is to rest in like your grace and in your identity. And that's like the exact opposite of anybody who's trying to grind to succeed and do anything. And that's the exact opposite of everything that your industry is going to tell you as an entrepreneur. It's like, you got to go get it. You got to go do it. You got to train, you got to work hard, you got to crush it on the court, like, or crush it at work. And I think for me, it's like, man, I'm so ingrained in this, like, no days off, like, this like always be better than you were yesterday mentality. And to really understand who you are in Christ and your identity as a faith-driven entrepreneur means like the first thing you need to do is rest and accept God's grace. And that is like so hard for me. Like if I don't get back to that every day, like I have to remind myself and like meditate on that, like I will not believe it. I'll be like, I got to go do this. I will even have to like strive to be holy in God's eyes by doing my devotional reading, doing my reading. Like I will have to like structured stuff to do and accomplish and achieve to even make myself feel like I'm worthy of God's love. That is just something that for me, I'll always learn. And that is also the essence of pride, thinking that I can go and get something that God has already given to me, or that I can go and almost be my own God in one sense of trying to achieve holiness or worthiness or approval. So that was my spiel on that, but sorry.
That's a great spiel. So, but that begs the question. I can't even remember what the question was that we asked you before you did a rewind, but that, what you just said then begs the question about where does your motive come from? If you're not earning something, you're doing something out of rest. You know that no matter how hard you work, God will still see you as Jesus. Where does your motive come from?
I think it comes from the love, right? Like God's love for you will naturally change you. Like once you encounter God, you won't be the same, but you don't work to earn God's love. You work because of God's love. Like, because and it's like, when I'm filled with, if someone gives me like 100 iPhones for free, I'm not gonna like have 100 numbers, I'm gonna be like, oh, I give them out to, like, it's like, whoa, I've been blessed with, like, I want to pass this on to other people. Like it almost, it's like so natural. It comes out. It's not like I have to, and I struggle with this. This is literally why I'm in therapy. This is what Patricia has challenged me on day after day. And she has literally, we could go through like an hour's worth of how she has tried to instill this culture into our team and into our company of like, are we enjoying it? Are we enjoying what we're doing? Are we resting in God's grace? Like, are we truly Sabbathing? Are we honoring each other as individuals? And are we growing in, like, are we just like really being who God created us to be before we do anything? And because once you be, it's like the doing comes naturally and freely, and not out of shame, not out of obligation. It's just something that like flows out of you naturally. And I think that's the joy of being a faith-driven anything, is that like when you have your identity deeply rooted in Christ, like you live from abundance and not scarcity.